Hey Fiverr family, happy Fiverr Friday. In this video, let's talk about how to get found in the search results by working on your keywords and your description. My name is Susan Fouché. I'm a top-rated Fiverr seller. I've been a Fiverr seller since early 2020, and in 24 months, I was able to earn 6 figures on Fiverr. You heard that correctly, $100,000 on Fiverr within 24 months as a freelancer, and I didn't even really mean to do it. It was just going to be like an extra way to make some money, so I got on Fiverr, but it happened. So these videos are all about helping you reach 6 figures on Fiverr in your sales. And if you follow my advice and techniques, this video and all my subsequent videos on the 6 steps to 6 figures on Fiverr will help you reach your 6 figures too. I release new Fiverr videos every single Friday, so be sure to subscribe for new content every single week. This video is for any Fiverr seller, no matter what you sell. The services I sell are voiceover recordings on Fiverr, but my 6 steps to 6 figures on Fiverr applies to all Fiverr sellers. And I'll cover the 6 steps in depth just a little bit later into the video, but for now, let's talk about getting found with your keywords and your description. Here we go. All right, so first of all, what are keywords? What are the description? How do you get found? Let's look at that. So I'm here on my dashboard. I'm here in my gigs. So I've got all my gigs up. I'm just going to go into my IVR phone system gig just to show you what the keywords in the description look like. So there's a few different ways for people to find you on Fiverr. The number one way that people are going to find you on Fiverr is with your gig title. So with this one, my title for my voicemail recording is I will record a professional voicemail, phone, greeting, and IVR prompts. All right. I know that's not necessarily like standard English. Like it really should be like I will record professional voicemail, phone greetings, and IVR prompts. However, there's kind of like a method to the keyword search results and the algorithm that goes into Fiverr. So I've just found that this one gets me my top results, even though it's not grammatically correct. And if you look across Fiverr, people who are getting found, their gig title is not always grammatically correct. So just kind of bear with me on that. So that is the number one way to get found. Not number one as in like top way, but that is one of the ways that we get found within Fiverr is through our title. The other way that you get found in Fiverr is in your About section, in your About This Gig. And so my About section is all about, I'm sort of like reusing some keywords. My keywords are professional voicemail, phone greeting, and IVR prompts. And you'll see that I reuse those in my About section in my description. So first off, I've got professional voicemail, phone greeting again, right here. Professional voicemail, phone greeting again. I've got phone system. I've got IVR. I've got it all throughout. Voicemail. I reuse these words, but I reuse them in a natural way. So phone systems again, voicemail greetings, IVR, while I'm also telling them, more about my, what I can do for them, my services that I can do for them. So it's not just to throw a bunch of spaghetti against the wall and put a whole bunch of keywords so you can be found. It really is I do want to serve my clients. I want to tell them what I can do. However, I'm putting in a smattering of those keywords so I can get found in the search results. So that's another way to get found in the algorithm, in the search Fiverr algorithm, when customers come, when buyers come and they want to find you. Another way that works with the keywords is right down in here. My keywords, and they're right down here. So my related tags, sorry, not keywords, but tags. So I've got my tags as voicemail, greeting, IVR, and voicemail. Now I have other tags, but these are the ones that are kind of like showing up. Let me show you how to put those in. This is what mine looks like. Oh, and before I show you how to put them in, let me show you the search results that I got. So what I'm going to do is go into a different browser, and I'm going to show you the search phrase that I typed in. Like, let's say I was a potential customer that wanted to get a voicemail system for my business or for my personal use or whatever. I'm going to show you what those search results look like and how those keywords that I have in my gig actually do garner some pretty good results. So right now I'm in Google Chrome. That's what I always use for Fiverr. So to kind of go into like incognito mode and to sort of see yourself on Fiverr, you want to go into a different browser. So I've got a different browser, which is Firefox. And I went ahead and just typed in female voicemail phone greeting. And oh my gosh, look, I'm at the top. I am at the top. Now, so this doesn't always happen, but this sometimes will happen. So that was like pretty exciting to see that. But I want to show you also one other thing. One thing that like I sort of sell myself on is that I sound natural, I sound conversational. So if people want a like really natural sounding voicemail system, I want them to contact me and let them know that like I'm not going to sound like a robot, I'm going to sound like a real person. So I do use the words natural and conversational in my description as well. So let me go back to Chrome, and you'll see in my About section, in my description, I do have the words natural and conversational. Natural and conversational in my description. Because if people want a natural and conversational phone system, and that's what they're using to type in when they're trying to find somebody like me to hire, I want them to find me first. So let's go back into Firefox. And I did another search for female natural conversational phone greeting. Like, let's say like I want to get a phone system, I want a woman to do it, and I want it to sound natural, I want it to sound conversational, and I want it to be a phone greeting. Well, I typed those in, and look, I'm up at the top again. So it's not just like, again, it's not just throwing spaghetti against the wall and like expecting, to be found. We do need to use these keywords in a conversational way, in a natural kind of sounding way, in our writing, in our About section. So let me show you how to actually edit your section so that you can get to this. All you're going to do is just click on Edit Gig up here in the upper right-hand corner. And here we've got the overview is what allows you to change the title. I will record a professional voicemail phone greeting and IVR prompts. And I actually have had this be different. I used to have it as I will record a natural voicemail phone greeting. But I found that when I changed natural to professional, it got me higher up in the search results. So you do need to kind of change and, see how different things work. In your description in facts up here at the top, this is where you change your description. And so again, we want it to sound smooth. We want it to sound fluid. You're not just putting in keywords right and left. You're actually, putting it in as a, sentence, paragraph format. So people know, prospective buyers know what they're getting. And in here, I also have, for example, like where they can go to listen to the background music. So if they want to. And that's that. Now, further down in this section, I also have my FAQs. If you don't have any FAQs, put some FAQs in, because remember, people are just like people who want to buy from you. The more you can get them to click on different things like, oh, what's your basic phone system offer? Get them to like the more they click, the more they read, the more they're going to buy from you, the higher the chances they're going to buy from you. So if you don't have any FAQs, put some in there. They're really easy. And I kind of like reuse mine all across my gigs. The way that you put in your keywords is actually back in your overview. So you do have an opportunity to put in keywords. So I just went back to overview. This is where you put in your title. And right down in here, you do have positive keywords and you have negative keywords. So for positive keywords, I just kind of like go and look at other people, other sellers on Fiverr, see what they have, the ones who are reaching up at the top. And I just kind of like use theirs. I try different things. I change mine out maybe once a week, once every couple weeks. But the keywords that I have are recorded greeting, voicemail greeting, IVR voicemail, and natural voicemail. Just remember, when people are searching for your service, they're words that they're probably going to type in. Recorded greeting, voicemail greeting, IVR, which stands for internal voice recording, voicemail, natural voicemail, and then you can also have negative keywords as well. I think this is just for the Fiverr Seller Plus program, but you can have negative keywords like if somebody is searching for audiobooks, they want somebody to record an audiobook for them. I don't want my voicemail gig to show up in the audiobook search results. So I might put in audiobook as a negative keyword, and that just means that my IVR voicemail gig will not show up in any kind of audiobook search. So let's go ahead and save that. I also want to show you not just mine as an example, but I want to show you a Fiverr seller that I think does a good job with their keywords. And just kind of going back to the idea of IVR and voicemail, let's say that a buyer contacts me and has a voicemail that they want me to record, but they also want me to record it in Spanish. And so I tell them, yeah, of course I can do that. I'll, give me the script, I'll translate it, and I'll go ahead and record it in Spanish too. Now, my Spanish is not as good enough to translate. So what I would do is I would just go on Fiverr, find a translator on Fiverr, pay them, $10, $15, $20 or whatever, and then get them to translate it. So I actually did that. I did a search on Fiverr. I'm going to go back into Safari. And I just typed in English to Spanish translation. Okay. And then these are the search results that I got. So a lot of top-rated sellers, level 2. I want to pick this guy right here, though, because he keeps showing up in my search results, like when I was practicing before I got on. So I really like this guy right here, this seller. So if I was looking for a Spanish or English to Spanish translation, I would look, and I'm just going to look at this guy right here, Maro. Again, what I was looking for is English to Spanish translation. Those are the words that I typed in, which makes sense. And in Maro_523's title, it is translate or English to Spanish. Those are the words that are in there, English to Spanish. And so because I typed in English to Spanish translation, even though translation didn't get caught in there, English to Spanish did. And let's look down at his description. Same thing. I'm seeing the words translation, all in here. I'm also seeing the word Spanish. He probably could put English to Spanish in here, translation, and that would probably get him higher up on the results. But that is the way that works. So your title is really important. Make sure that you have words and groups of words that are getting you found in your title, and those same groups of words are in your About section. And also include those in your keywords as well, and we'll go down to the bottom to look at his keywords. Same thing, English to Spanish, translation. Okay, so obviously it showed up. English to Spanish translation and Spanish translation. Because remember, I looked up English to Spanish translation, and so 3 of those came up. English to Spanish translation and Spanish translation. Spanish translation together, English to Spanish together. So if you want to get found, work on your title, work on your keywords, on your tags, and work on your description. And you should see some dramatic increases in being found, at least. And of course, have a really good product. You know, you're not going to do well on Fiverr if you don't have a good product. But I would definitely, you know, spend the $10, have this guy go ahead and translate for me, and then offer my service to my client that I need. So let's go ahead and look at the 6 steps, just to remind you what they are. Here we go. Okay, so the 6 steps to 6 figures on Fiverr, these are my 6 steps that I say just work, that'll get you to the 6 figures and your sales on Fiverr. Number 1, you've got to have at least 3 best samples. And that means work that you can actually do, work that you can complete for your clients. So really, like, before we have the 3 best samples, you do have to be able to put out some good work. Number 2, you need to have a good thumbnail and a good photo. Your thumbnail and your photo should tell a story about what you can do, about what your services are. Number 3, which we covered in this video, are description and keywords. Make sure you have those so you can get found on your search results. Number 4, make sure that you do have your PDFs in. Fiverr gives you 2 places where you can put in a PDF. Put in some PDFs just to show what your services entail, maybe examples of your services, things like that. Number 5, hit the buyer requests, especially early on. I haven't done a buyer request in years, but when I first started on Fiverr, I did buyer requests because when people are wanting to buy services, but they're not really sure how to go about it, they'll put in a buyer request, and you can look at those and you can see what those are, and you can court potential buyers on Fiverr. And number 6, you want to regularly update and add more gigs to your Fiverr profile. This is really important. You can't just set it and forget it. You do have to regularly update, and that goes along with like description, keywords, thumbnails, PDFs, samples. You change them out. You keep things fresh. You keep things new. Buyers will return, I promise. And there's a red circle that encompasses everything, and that is accountability and education. Get a group of other Fiverr sellers. Be accountable to them. Let them be accountable to you. And of course, constantly educate yourself so you can offer new services, better services to your client. If you don't want to spend the money, that's okay. There's the University of YouTube out there, and there's just a wealth of information out there on how to do pretty much anything you need to do on YouTube. And of course, the green circle that encompasses everything is stellar service. If you don't have stellar service, you will not do well on Fiverr. You've got to have good customer service, which means delivering on time, delivering what you said you were going to deliver and more. Really good communication, and just really care about the customer, in your heart, really care about them. So thank you so much for watching. Please check out my Fiverr 6 figures on Fiverr playlist. There's more information in there. And I'm really interested to know what you sell, what people who are watching these videos, what they sell on Fiverr. I sell voiceovers, and so I'm in a big voiceover community on Fiverr, but I'm really interested to know what other people sell because I see Fiverr as just like a great way to make money as a side hustle, as a full-time hustle. Tell me what your service is that you sell on Fiverr. I'm really interested in knowing. And I can't wait to see you next week. Have a successful week on Fiverr. Take care. See you later. Bye.